Good morning students. In my previous class we have completed about origin of life. We explained about how the life was originated, various theories which are supporting the life origin on this particular earth, and the Miller's experiment was explained in my previous video. And in this video we will be learning about the topic, that is theories of evolution. So we knew about origin, how the life was originated. Life ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. In this one there are theories how we have got evolved. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ತರ we all know early humans, various stages of the human beings like Ramapithecus, Australopithecus. These are the various stages of a human being, and how all these got evolved, how the animals got evolved, how these plants got evolved. Okay, everything was put forth in the form of theories, and we have got four different theories which will explain the evolution. They are called as Lamarckism, Darwinism, Mutation Theory, and Modern Theory of Evolution. These were proposed by four different people, and they are like Lamarck, Darwin, Pythagoras, and modern theory is just a combination of all these theories. So we'll go one by one. So what do I mean by Lamarckism? So Lamarck was the first evolutionist. He was the first evolutionist who put forth the theory called as Lamarckism. He gave the name of himself that Lamarckism, meaning which he explained how this life was evolved from the origin of species to how they got evolved. And based on this theory, he took the thing like possession and deletion. So I'll give an example. Now you can observe a duck. A duck is having a webbed foot. It is having a webbed foot. According to Lamarck, he says that why the duck is having webbed foot is because it is required for the duck to move in water. So when you are having a normal feet like a pen, and if you walk in water, you will not be able to move freely in the water, or you cannot just swim in the water. But if you are having a webbed foot, you can easily swim across the water. So according to Lamarck, he says that because the duck is living in the water and it has got that ability of webbed foot. It has got the ability of getting that webbed foot for swimming. If the duck was on land itself, it was not developing that particular webbed foot at all. That was said by Lamarck. And the similar example of snake. Let's take an example of a snake. We all know that the snake is limbless. There is no limbs for snake at all. So why there is no limbs? Because it was not at all using its limbs. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಓಡಾಡುತ್ತೇನಪ್ಪ. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿವೈಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊಂದಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹುಟ್ಟ ಅನ್ನೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ವಾಸಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ there is no requirement of like it will just swirl around. So that is the reason they have got deleted that particular organ. So in Lamarck ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೋ that is getting advanced day by day. Okay, and the organ which we are not using daily on a regular basis, they'll get gradually they'll get depleted from our body. They'll just get away from our body, or they'll get deleted. This was the actual understanding of Lamarckism. This was what told by the Lamarck's first part of theory. This is the first part of Lamarckism. So this was the first part of Lamarckism. As I said, that is about possession as well as deletion. If you are continuously using an organ on a regular basis, they'll get advanced according to the time, and if they are not used for a longer period, they'll get deleted from your body. That was the ideology of Lamarck here. That is about his first part of Lamarckism. What was the second part? That is called as acquired character. The second part of Lamarckism is all about acquired characters. So I'll give an example. If your father is very good at mathematics, let's take an example. Your father is very good at mathematics. Then according to Lamarck, the son born to that particular father should also be very well in mathematics. But that is not accepted worldwide, because as we have learnt about Mendel's laws. So sharing of a character from a father and mother is completely by chance. Then I explained in previous class. So the boy will be white in color and both the parents may be black in color. That is a pure chance. There is no rule that he should be in this particular gene itself. Adenagutte by chance ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. According to Lamarck, he says that if a bodybuilder is having very good body for himself, he has maintained a very good physique for himself, there is a rule that the boy born to that particular bodybuilder should also be in that physique itself. But that is not practically possible. Hence, the second part of Lamarckism was not at all accepted. That is, acquired character was not accepted. So, as about this one, and even this part, the possession and deletion is also not being accepted. Because, let's take an example of your eyesight. So, we are using our eyesight from our birth. From our birth, we are having our own eyesight. We are using it on a regular basis to watch over everything which we look around in the everyday basis. So if you are using that, our eye should be developed in that a way, we should be able to see which is the animal found at even 2 to 3 kilometers. But that is practically not possible, because it is not according to Lamarckism, which says that the organ which is used on a daily basis will develop gradually. So this is about Lamarck and his theory called as Lamarckism. We said about the possession and deletion of a particular character or an organ, and the second one is acquired characters. As I told the examples, this theory was not accepted for evolution. So the next theory proposed with regard to the evolution was called as Darwinism. The theory was called as Darwinism, and it was put forth by a person called as Darwin. Is Charles Darwin. So what was according to this particular Darwinism? So if you want to explain this particular theory of Darwinism, you have got two important postulates, namely natural selection as well as survival of fittest. So what do you mean by a natural selection? So in our previous classes, we have learnt about the peppered moth. We have learnt about a peppered moth and the white moth. Out of this peppered moth as well as the white moth, the peppered moth was selected during the Industrial Revolution. Best example is Industrial Revolution. Because of that suit which was developed during the Industrial Revolution, that was acquired on the tree barks, and which was able for the peppered moth to survive in a better ways, that was selected during that particular time period. So this is about the natural selection. So you can ಆಗಿತ್ತು peppered moth ಏನಿತ್ತು, white moth ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ peppered moth ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನೇಚರ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. And if you take the example of dinosaurs, why they got extinct? ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡೈನೋಸರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. If the dinosaurs was to meant to be lived with us, the population of humans would have been in the very minimal value, because they are very carnivorous in nature. ಒಂದು ಸತಿಗೆ 1, 2, 3, 4 ಮನುಷ್ಯರನ್ನ ತಿನ್ನುವಂತ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಡೈನೋಸಾರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ they were naturally removed from the nature. That is one of the example which we can quote for your natural selection. So Darwin ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, according to him, whatever which is present in nature today is because of its selection. ಅದು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ who is able to live here. Or better example, why corona is about this range, ಇಷ್ಟು ರೇಂಜ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ, we have got overpopulation. ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಕರೋನಾ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ವೈ ನೇಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರೀಸನ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಬೈ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. So this was about the natural selection. So ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬದುಕುವಂತ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೋ, they are only selected to be lived on this particular planet. That is how the nature will select a particular organism or a living entity. That was said by Charles Darwin. And the second postulate explaining about is the survival of the fittest. So the nature will test every organism. So if it should be able to survive in major conditions. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಾವೇನಾಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಚಳಿ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ತಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ, ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ತಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ, ಮಳೆ ಬಿದ್ರೂ ತಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ, ಸುನಾಮಿ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ತಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫಿಟ್, ನಾವೇನು ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಈಗ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ got extinct at this particular condition. ಇವಾಗ let's take an example of great Indian bastards. There was a bird called as great Indian bastard that got completely extinguished from our nature. ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು? What was the problem? It was not able to survive many of the conditions. And second point was also that it was poached, ಅಂದ್ರೆ hunt ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು bird. So that was also the major reason. So if an organism is able to survive in many situations, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬರೀ ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಬೆಳೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಸತ್ತೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ದ ನೇಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ ಇನ್ ಎ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು, ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ Darwin. According to his theory, he said that if a living entity wants to live on this particular earth, it should have these two abilities. One is naturally selected. Nature select ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ we have been selected by the nature. And let's take an example of your dogs, wolves or any animals which are living with us. They have been naturally selected. And the second one is the survival of the fittest. So which are all the species which are surviving now, they are fit. They are fit to be in this particular nature, hence they are surviving. If one organism is not fit to be in this earth, they will be gradually eliminated by the nature. So this was about Darwin's theory or Darwinism. And next we are moving on for the third theory called as Hugo de Vries. The person was called as Hugo de Vries, and his theory was called as mutation theory. His theory was called as mutation theory. So we all know the definition of mutation, the sudden changes. What do you mean by mutation? Is nothing but the sudden changes occurring in an organism which may result in the difference of an organism. Like let's take an example. A parrot is completely green in color, but the parrot immediately or in a period of time it may convert into blue in color because a mutation in a particular gene. So we know about these genes. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜೀನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಜೀನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So if that gene gets mutated, the color of the particular parrot can turn into blue, red or any color according to the change in that particular gene. This was called as what? Mutation theory. This was proposed by a person called as Hugo de Vries. But there was no supporting evidences. ಈ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ there was no evidence at all, because you cannot say every point of a time there was mutation only. So we know that Lamarckism, or let's take an example, various dog breeds. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಿದೆ? ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ರಿಟ್ರೀವರ್ ಇದೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇದೆ, ಡಾಲ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್. ವರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯುಟೇಟೆಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ? ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೊಸ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್? ನೋ. Hence the theory of Hugo de Vries or the mutation theory was not accepted for the evolution at all. So as per these three theories, the accepted theory was only the Darwin's theory. Okay? Because even today the postulates which has been told by Darwin are in continuation. They are working even today. Like I told the example of a coronavirus. So this is the postulate of a Darwin. This is the accepted theory. But there was also a limitation for Darwin's theory because he was not able to say about variations. So again, variations ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಾದರ್ಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮದರ್ಗೂ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಮೇ ಬಿ ಎ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್. ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮದರ್ಗೂ ಚೆಸ್ ಆಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಾದರ್ಗೂ ಚೆಸ್ ಆಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಮೇ ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮೈಂಡು ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. Am I right? So that was a new thing for Darwin, but he was not able to explain the proper reason for this variation. That was the limitation of Darwin's theory. So these were the first and foremost theories about evolution, and out of these three, only the Darwin's theory was accepted or Darwinism was accepted. implemented. Even neo-Lamarckism and neo-Darwinism was also put forth. That was nothing but a group of scientists who believed in Lamarck's theory put forth a theory called as neo-Lamarckism. Neo is nothing but new Lamarckism was put forth. Even that was not equal to that of the Darwin's theory. Again, a new Darwinism. The new theory was proposed by another group of scientists called as neo-Darwinism. They were having different modifications of the major theory. ಏನು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ modifications ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, they put forth the theory even till we are going on with the Darwin's theory, that is Darwinism. Okay, so the last theory, that is the fourth theory, is called as modern theory of evolution, or this theory is also called as synthetic theory. This theory is also called as synthetic theory. So what was the main base of this particular theory? This theory is a combination of the theories which was put forth before. Andre ella one theories na kuda ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ part ತಗೊಂಡು this has been concluded here. And important postulates of this theory are genetics, cytology and embryology. So when we find the details of this particular things, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ genetics ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, cytology ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, embryology, these are the recent fields. ಈ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ recent days ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, we have come across these fields of our living organisms. ಅಂದ್ರೆ cytology ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, genetics ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, recent ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So based on these evidences, if you are explaining the evolution, that theory is called as your modern theory or synthetic theory. And I will explain you one of the important example of Lamarck. So you all know the giraffe. So this was the example taken by Lamarck. As I told you in my previous thing, the Lamarckism, ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ whatever the deeds, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಂಕೆ ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, that has been developed into giraffe. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿರೋದು? Lamarck. How? Because I told you, ಯಾವಾಗ when there was no grass found on the land, they was trying to eat the leaves which are found on the trees. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಮೇಲೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ತಿನ್ನೋಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು, they got that elongated leg ಅಂತ Lamarck ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. According to Lamarck, he says that because of the continuous usage of that particular neck, they have got such a long neck. Those deers have been developed into giraffes itself, or they were giraffes which was normally like deers only. ಎರಡು ಇದೆ. According to some people say deer have been developed into giraffes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Second concept is that there was giraffes which was having a normal head like deer only, but when there was a scarcity of food at that particular time, they just stretched their neck. They stretched their neck to find the leaves from the trees, and because of that they have got that elongated neck. This was said by Lamarck, but this was again explained by the synthetic theory. It was again explained by the synthetic theory, whereas they took the example of genetics. In the previous days only, in the genes of those old giraffes, we had got certain mutations. Here, let's take an example of that Pakistan bowler who is about 7 feet height. Our manali all are about 6 feet height. That's a normal thing according to their family, but one is very high. That may be a mutant type. ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂಥರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹೆವಿ ಟಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ತುಂಬ ಡ್ವಾರ್ಫ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಿರಾಫೆಸ್, 1 or 2 ಜಿರಾಫೆಸ್ ವರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಹೈಟ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಹೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. Those were called as mutation types. Nodi, we have taken the example of genetics here. We have taken the example of mutation here. Correct anappa? Mutation annu ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ genetics ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Mutation ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ previous theory ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಒಂದು theory. Genetics ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು theory. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ we are explaining about the long neck of the giraffe. Hence it is called as the modern theory. Just one example. ಹೇಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ we can explain that what is modern theory. It's a combination of the previous theories and it is working or it is explaining the evolution based on the evidences found from genetics, psychology and embryology.
Sir.
So next concept of your second unit which we are discussing here, so third unit we are discussing here is the Big Bang theory. So as the name refers here, it is a Big Bang theory. So what is this theory about? This theory is explaining how the celestial objects got developed. So ನಮಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಮೆಟಿಯರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, asteroids ಇದೆ, all this, how were this actually formed? So according to this theory, there was only one thing called as sun. There was only one thing called as sun. That sun, due to the excess of heat, due to the increase in heat and every condition, it just got exploded. It just got exploded into several pieces. Then whatever the pieces were into bits, they have been developed into the various celestial objects. That may be a planet, that may be a stars, that may be asteroids, everything. So if you notice, asteroid it will be something like this. It is not have a proper shape at all. When you come to a meteorite, it will be something like this. So there is no shape. So it seems like a broken piece. When you take a brick and if you throw it away, it breaks to so many pieces. Irregular shapes are developed. All the celestial objects have been developed around this particular Big Bang theory. Due to the excessive heat in case of this particular sun, it just got exploded to be into the various bits of the planet that led to the development of these celestial bodies. And we can neither say this particular Big Bang theory is neither accepted nor declined, because still the process of research is going on this particular topic. Some of the researchers believe that this was the main reason of evolution of this particular planets or celestial objects. ಇವತ್ತು ಏನೇನಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂತ some of the researchers are in their opinion, and some of them are like no, this is not the reason, this cannot be accepted at any means. And we have got experimentally some researchers are trying to experiment this, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಟನಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ they are doing this experiment. Still it's in a ongoing process. So just understand this theory, that it was a theory put forward to explain how the celestial objects were explained. So ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಆನಿಬಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, all these concepts were evolved from this kind of bang only. That huge explosion has led to the formation